Hi, and welcome back to Wildman Wheels. Today, we're going to be doing the rear window regulators on a 1997 to 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. These are the tools that we're going to need to remove the window regulator from your Jeep. You're going to need a roll of masking tape. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, a panel prying tool, or a thin, smaller putty knife, a 10mm wrench, a 10mm socket with an extension on a ratchet, a T30 Torx. Also, if you have access to them, a 3/8 impact along with a drill and a few bits will make the job go a lot quicker. We've got 2 large screws down here and 1 small screw right up here. And we have a bunch of plastic clips all the way around the outside that's going to hold this door card on. You can use a plastic pry tool like this to give yourself a little bit of leverage underneath, or you can just use your hands. But remember to be careful and try not to break any of the clips. There's 1 clip right up here, and right up here that you have to get out in order to be able to get the door card to angle out far enough. We're going to go ahead and shimmy it up just like we did on the front and pull it away. Inside the door here, you can see we have the same type of rods that were on the front. Here's a close-up of those retainers, and you can see the rod comes in and down, and you just have to push the retainer 90 degrees to have it unclip from the rod. You can then lift the rod up, this upper one, rotate this 90 degrees, and then you can pull the rod down. These can break. If they do, don't worry. You can pick up these at any of your automotive stores. They're relatively inexpensive. You can get a pack of several of them, so you can replace all of these as you need. And then we have the electrical connector that goes to the switch. And now we have the door card out. As you can see inside of here, this is your dust shield. Carefully remove your dust shield and save it to put back on later. Even if your goo or the glue that holds this on like this isn't in very good condition, you can always tape this back on, but just physically having this makes a big, huge difference in how much dirt and dust gets inside the vehicle. So hang on to this and put this back on. Okay, so now that we have the door card off, you can see down here, we've got the electrical connector for the motor. You can see the motor's right here, and it looks much different from the front. First thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna pull this clip out. It has a little rivet, plastic rivet, but as we can see, she's worn out, so mine wasn't really stuck in there, but pull on that to get it out. We have our safety right here. We're going to push down on this or pull on it. If it's being stiff, you can use a flat screwdriver to pry on it a little bit. That's all you need. You just need it to be flush up here on the top. We're going to push down on the electrical connector and unplug it. Okay, so the next step is we need to unbolt the glass itself from the regulator just like we did on the front. The problem is the motor is pretty much right in the way and we can't get access to it. So we're going to need to go ahead and take off this bolt, and these 2 bolts down here, securing the window regulator itself to the inside of the door. Now that the window regulator is free to move inside the door, we're going to lift up and rotate the motor and regulator assembly to the side. I'll move the camera so you can see, but now that's going to give you just a slight bit of access to be able to get in there to loosen that bolt. And you're going to be able to get it right in here. Here's a little bit better of a view of this right here. guy right here. And we're going to work the window up. All the way up as far as it'll go. I like to take the masking tape, stick it to the back side, and I can pull up on the tape as I wrap it around to ensure I get it in there nice and tight. I'm going to go ahead and add two, one to the front and one to the back, just to guarantee that the window doesn't fall down on us. All right, now that we have the window up, the next thing we got to do is unplug this right here. This is your electric door locks. There's this cable that's right here, which is a part of your window regulator. You may need to push this cable back inside the door to get access to the clip using a small screwdriver. We're going to pry on the tab, lift it, and then go ahead and disconnect this and get this out of our way. Now that this is out of our way, we have this metal clip that has this attached to it. We're going to go ahead and pull and remove this piece of tubing. In order to get the regulator out, we're going to want to shift it all the way over. Take this little plastic tube and pull it out first. That's going to allow this to shift over far enough. Careful of your electrical connectors and your harnesses. We'll be able to shimmy the motor out and then get the entire unit to come out. It's a little bit of a process, but I know you can do it. It's totally different from the one we just took out. What's cool about this is they actually incorporate this section of the door right here, which these tabs right here are used for your manual door regulator, the ones with the crank window. And it's going to use those in order to hold the motor, which is going to keep the motor kind of up and out of the way. It's going to make it a lot easier to install. It's going to make it a lot easier to remove and repair if we ever have to do that in the future as well. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to leave these two in but loose, and we're going to take this third one out, this bottom one. We're going to go ahead and take the regulator. We're going to put it up into position. Get it inside the door. Then we're going to go ahead and take the motor here. We're going to go ahead and hang it into position. Go ahead and install our third bolt. We're going to go ahead and leave those loose for now. We're going to use our original hardware. We're going to go ahead and install these bolts into place. I'm going to go ahead and plug in our electric door locks there. Let's go ahead and plug in the regulator. Lock it. All right, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and plug in the new toggle switch. We're going to go ahead and roll the regulator down. We're going to go ahead and move it down to this position. Look, we're going to have easy access to go ahead and get this window bolted on to this regulator. This is where that bolt's going to go through that actually secures the window to the regulator. Now, we're going to have to go ahead and remove these bolts because we're going to have to tilt the regulator over just like we did in order to remove, and we're going to have to do the same thing in order to install. Now that this is loose, see how we can move it around? We'll go ahead and pull the tape while holding the window. Make sure you continue to hold the window. It will fall, potentially break. And you don't want to go through all this hard work and then have your window break. I'm going to lower this down nice and gently. See how we have our little attachment point here? We're going to go ahead and lower the window into position here. Take our bolt and install it. We're going to go ahead and tighten this. But just remember, this is glass, so we don't need to make it super duper tight, just tight enough. Now that we have that, we can now see how that moved from underneath and behind. We can now go ahead and line up our bolts. Line up this top one here. Carefully install, tighten the bolts. Just a little bit slow. I'm going to say the window tracks need to be cleaned out. Now you can see that the window's rolling up nice and smoothly. You want to make sure you clean out your window regulator tracks as best as you can. If your window is going up and down slowly after you've installed a new regulator, all you're going to do is you're going to put a lot more torque on the motor than it's really designed for, and it's going to burn out a lot quicker than the original one lasted. So make sure you go ahead and take some time and get it cleaned out. The original one failed because it had to work too hard due to dirt and grease and grime. So make sure you clean it out really well so your window rolls up nice and smooth and quickly without hearing that motor labor too hard, so you know that your new regulator is going to last a good long time. Also, if you're going to lubricate anything, make sure you use a silicone lubricant or a dry moly film lubricant. Don't use WD-40 or PB Blaster, as it's just an oil and it's going to attract dirt and it's going to hold on to it, and that's going to eventually make things 10 times worse than they are currently. You might get it moving up and down nice and quick now, but a couple trips down some dirt roads and it's going to be all gunked up. All right, as you can see here, we have our new toggle switch. Just be careful to only bend these tabs out as far as you absolutely have to in order to get the switch out. You don't want to bend them any further because you run the risk of breaking these, and if those guys are broken, the new switch is not going to go in and stay. Now that we have the old switch out, all we have to do is just take this new switch, push straight down until it clips in place. I'm going to go ahead and support the back side of this. We're going to verify that those clips are in place, these clips are in place, and now we've got our new switch in there. Now let's go ahead and put this door card on. We're going to go ahead and install our switch. Here's our two rods. I'm going to take the first one. It points upwards. We're going to push the rod into place and then rotate the plastic piece until it locks. We're going to take the second rod, put it into place, push it down until it's firmly seated, then rotate until it clips over the rod. Make sure our trim piece is fully seated. Give it a couple good whacks like that. Got it seated up here in the upper groove, and now we'll just clip all of our clips in. Make sure when you're pushing your clips in to go ahead and spend the extra minute or two and make sure that they're aligned with the hole on the inside. The last thing we got to do is we just got to put in our 3 screws, and then we're all done. There we go. Rear window regulator replaced. This one does take a little bit more effort, but I know you can do it.